Reading's good. I like to read romance quotes.
So I grew up in Jeff City, and it was me and my older sister. And my parents, they got divorced whenever I was 6.
I never felt like a kid. I always felt older. I started taking care of myself at about 12, 13.
My dad was with this other lady. She just treated me horrible. Yeah, I would stand in front of the mirror and she would be like, look how fat you are. So I was drinking a lot of alcohol and pills and weed, and so there was this big party. I got sent to jail at 13, 14. I found out I was pregnant like a month before my court date, and I started getting morning sickness really bad, so I kept missing school. And then my mom was like, well, let's go to the hospital because I think, you're sick with something when you get it checked out. As soon as the doctor told us, we both just started crying. We're like, what are we gonna do? They talked about getting me an abortion, and I think it was like when my stepdad was like, keeping this baby is not an option, then that was like, well, it's the only option. So I was in rehab from 4 months pregnant to 7 months pregnant. And then I got out and it was like hard to find a place for me. Like it was like close to foster care, And then I moved in with my mom, and then she got a boyfriend, and kind of like, I said that I could pay for the mortgage, but I was like 16 or 17 at that point, 16 maybe. And she kind of just left me there. I could not pay for it like I said I could. So then that's whenever, I was left in this house by myself with Ava, and that's whenever I went into HALO.
I always think about the moment when they walk through the door and how that must feel, to know that you have nowhere else to go. The way that HALO gets connected to our kids is through counselors at schools. They'll call us and say, hey, I've got this kid that just told me this, and they really need a place to stay.
We knew HALO was around. She came over one day and she said, what can HALO provide? What can we provide that you don't have? And I said, we need a place for our kids to live. 1 year at JCAC, we had 13 parent or pregnant teens. Some of them didn't have anywhere to go. They didn't know how they were going to take care of a child, and how do you get housing when you're not 18 years old?
Evelyn is awesome. Evelyn is so funny and creative and ornery, and Evelyn is just the best kid. Like, her motivation.
She has a certain spunk about her where she doesn't want to do something, but she'll do it if you push her and guide her the right way.
She definitely gets that from me. It definitely saved my life having a kid so young, but for her, I would not want that for her. I want her to be able to experience going to prom and homecoming, because I didn't get the chance to, the opportunity to be able to do those type of things.
You do what you see, you repeat what you see, and these kids getting the opportunity and getting the connections to meet with people that can get them into homes and can start that ball rolling in the right direction is everything.
We all depend on other people in our lives to make sure that we, can get from one step to the other or accomplish certain things. No one can do it all by themselves. It takes a whole team of people, a whole tribe.
Once you're in HALO, you become family. And even when you leave HALO, you're still family. And HALO has continuously helped me. Anytime I need advice or financial help, HALO is still there to help me, because I'm still learning. I'm young, and HALO is still there to help me and mentor me and guide me through all the struggles in my life.
As a community, if we aren't investing in the Caylins of the world, we're never going to get better.
I've tried to apply for Hitachi a couple of times, and I did not get the job. I had Joyce at HALO help me with my application and my resume, and then I finally got in.
For not knowing her background until just a couple days ago, I'm very surprised at the person that I have working here with me. And I'm very proud of what she's done with herself, and I hope she does better and more.
I'm proud of her, of the things that she's done, because she could be another statistic like a lot of other people, and she didn't. She was too hardworking and too determined to make sure that she provided what she needed to for her daughter.
I would fill this plant with Caylins if I could. We'd get a lot done.
The most important piece to all of it is that they have people to rely on. So, or call when they're in need. In Kaylin's case, we connected her with a mortgage broker to help her buy her home in a way that didn't make her feel intimidated. And that's what it's about.
Owning my own house is something I've been wanting to do for years. My home buying process was made like super easy with Greg.
Caylin had saved up money and had put that money aside to be ready to buy a house, and that speaks volumes. I love that. We love to help everyone when they are looking to buy a house, but it's so awesome when they actually take the steps to get themselves ready financially for it. She is the toughest girl I've ever met. She just saw what she wanted, she had a goal in mind, and she went and got it. Like, I love that about Caylin.
So to see her rise up from that and watch her now 10 years later when she is looking at Evelyn, and you can just see her resiliency is passed on to Evelyn, and it's awesome to see that cycle actually break. That's why we do what we do.
I have worked so hard with keeping my job and going to college and getting my associate's degree to set a great example for Evelyn so she can do the same thing and follow in those positive footsteps.
I look up to my mom because she gardens really good, and I'm trying to learn how to garden like her. Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind.
She knows that she's gonna have support and that she has me no matter what, and just that she grows up knowing that she never has to struggle and that I'm gonna be there for her.
As long as I'm making her happy, I'm happy.